Hey everybody, Don Georgievich here with Job Interview Tools. Today I want to teach you how to effectively prepare for a job interview. And this topic came up when a subscriber wrote in and he's like, hey Don, how do I efficiently and effectively prepare for a job interview? You see, I've learned that this company has expected answers to their questions during the interview process. And if you get those questions wrong, if you don't say exactly what they're expecting you to say or what they want to hear, you're out. You don't get considered for the job. So how do I prepare for that? And this isn't the first time that I've heard this before. I've heard that companies look for very specific answers, and if you don't say exactly, what they're looking for, what they want you to say, you're out. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I've only heard of other people telling me that. I've never in my life heard of a company who has said, if you don't say exactly this, and this, we're not going to consider you for the job. And so what I have to say in that case is be yourself. Since you can't play their game, since you can't go in there and tell them exactly what they're expecting to hear without any kind of knowledge, you have to go in there and you have to be yourself. But go in there and be yourself from their framework. That's where you take their job description and you read it carefully. And what I suggest is don't just read it on your computer screen or your phone. Print it out. Get yourself some highlighters and go through the job description. Highlight the key areas that they're looking for. Look for repeating patterns. Look for when they say, leadership, management, coaching. Those are all tied together. So that would be an area that you would want to emphasize on in preparing. So you might want to polish up on how you manage people right now, or how a manager manages projects and gets them done to completion. So it's obvious that they're looking for some level of management. So you look for all these different repeating patterns throughout the job description. Now, the key is you want to reread it over and over and over. Don't just read it once. Read it once through, then read it again, and then read it again. And as you keep reading it, a different job description is going to appear. What's going to happen is you're going to see what's behind the job description, what's going on in their mind, what are they really looking for, and that person, that position, those requirements, they're kind of just going to elevate themselves, and it's going to give you kind of like an X-ray look at what they're actually looking for. And when you have that key of what they're actually looking for in the position, that allows you to go in there and work from their framework, be yourself, but work from their framework of the job description, and then you'll be able to tell them what they want to hear. Because the only reason they're hiring somebody is because they have a problem. And that problem is identified in the job description. So if you go in there and you repeat their problem back to them and tell them how you're going to solve their problem, how you're going to, fix this web program, how you're going to launch a new product, how you're going to sell a certain product, how you're going to analyze their data, whatever it is that they're looking for, whatever the position is, even customer service, how you're going to improve their customer service satisfaction rate. Understand what they're looking for, understand the underlying problems, understand how you can be a solution. And then when you go in the interview and they ask you questions, you work from that framework and you show them that you understand their problems and you are offering solutions on how you would solve those problems based on how you have done it in your past job. Now, maybe you're telling them exactly what they want to hear and maybe you're not. But more than anything, you're being you. And you have to be you in a job interview. Because if you try to be anybody else, if you try to be the person or the candidate that they're expecting you to be, you're gonna fail. There's just no doubt in my mind. Without immense practice and polishing, that's what actors do. Actors go on stage and they read from a script and they become that person. But you don't have that luxury. This is a job interview. So all you have for a script is what they're looking for in the job description. So when you become intimate with that and you really understand it, you understand how you can be a solution to their problems, that is going to allow you to go into the job interview and essentially tell them what they want to hear. And when you can tell them what they want to hear, maybe it's not exactly the words or the framework that they want to hear, but at least you're connecting with them on a level that they understand. And that's their problems, because when they have problems, they're going to hear it. When you start talking about the challenges that they're facing and how you can be a solution to those, their ears are going to perk up. They're going to hear that. And that's going to come through loud and clear from you because you're watching this video now. But all the other people who were not, they're gonna be somewhat disconnected from the process. They're gonna go into the interview and they're just gonna kind of tell the interviewer what they think they want to hear, but they're not really sure. And there's gonna be this disconnect between the employer and the candidate. And that's when they kind of just don't go very far in the process. But when you understand their needs and you present them back to them, they're going to recognize that, and that's going to allow you to go further in the process and hopefully you get the job. So that's my take on how to effectively prepare for a job when you've heard that the company is looking for very specific responses. Now, to help you go farther with this, I've got a great little tool here. It's called the Top 10 Job Interview Questions. These really are the most common questions that you're going to get asked in a job interview. It's covers tell me about yourself, why do you want to work here, what are your greatest strengths. Now there's going to be other questions, obviously, and I have other tools for that. But this guide here, this will get you started. This will get you immersed in talking about yourself, in how you handle problems, how you lead people, what are your weaknesses. It's going to cover those things. It's going to get you comfortable talking about yourself in question and answer format. So go ahead, download this guide. You can head on over to jobinterviewtools.com/top10. Just put in your name and email address. Tell me where to send it. And I will send this out to you right now, even if it's 2 a.m., because I have special machines that are automated to handle this kind of thing for me. And once you get this, take a look at it. It's got a variety of different answers for each question, because every answer isn't maybe the right answer for you. Like I said earlier in this video, you got to be you. Don't be me. Don't be somebody else. Be you. But this is going to give you some guidelines for helping you be you. And after you download this, I'm also going to send you some stuff that's going to give you options to upgrade and get something a little bit more like the Complete Interview Answer Guide. I mean, just by comparison, this book here has like 120 pages. This one here has, I don't know, there's like 30. So there's a big difference in the thickness. And this book here, this just has a lot more questions. It goes a lot deeper. This is a paid program. This one's like $47, but you can download it too, even if it's 2 a.m. And it's going to go a lot deeper. And it's going to cover questions from a whole bunch of different viewpoints. It's going to teach you how to prepare for a phone interview or a Skype interview. It's going to teach you how to close an interview. It's going to teach you the right questions to ask in an interview. There's actually good questions to ask and there are bad questions to ask. This guide's going to help you figure out the best questions that you should ask, that are right for you, because the questions that I would ask in a job interview are going to be different than the ones that you should ask. So there aren't a specific set of questions that you should actually go ask, but this guide is going to help you in formulating questions that are right for you. Because everything has to be about you. Once you try to be somebody else in a job interview or something else, you become less genuine. And when you become less genuine, you're less authentic. And when you're less authentic, you just sound like somebody who is disconnected from the interview process and just wants a job. And I know you want more than that, and I know you're better than that. So head on over to Job Interview Tools, try out the Top 10 Guide, And if you like that, I'm going to give you I'll give you an upgrade option where you can upgrade to this book, and this will help you go further. Now, this book's also available in audio and video too. So if whether you like, reading, or maybe you like to learn by listening, I have videos and audio options for this program as well. And it's actually the only program, I think, on the planet that's in a hard book, that's in an ebook, that's in audio and video format. So both of these tools are going to help you go a lot farther. They're going to help you, more than anything, they're going to help you be you in the interview. Because if you're not you, you're not going to get the job. And you'll fail job interview after job interview after job interview until you figure out how to be you, because that's what employers want. All right, my friend, that's all I have for you. Good luck on your next interview, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye now.